All right, everybody. Welcome to the Two Broke Gamers podcast. I'm Ricky.
Yo, I'm Steve.
Yeah, episode 22. Look at that.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. We got lots of stuff to talk about. Yes, this is...
Why are you...
I don't know.
Why are you doing that?
I don't know either. Well, first off, we're going to talk about the reflection of Smash, of course, because we're just into Smash at this point. Everything's Smash until, like, November 21st.
It's like, come on, you knew it was coming.
Yeah, now, we have to reflect a little bit because I remember when reviewing the audio from last week and editing it, I realized that we missed something.
Did we?
We missed the fact that there was a Miiverse stage, which I think is really, really interesting.
That was pretty interesting, actually.
Now, the funny thing is, I would just love to see the comments of people, like, you know.
Well, I think they're going to filter them. It's not going to be like, as they happen, they're going to throw them on
Well,
there.
no, they do. Like, when other games, it's like, you know, oh, yeah, I got, like, 8 points today or something like that. Like, in other games, like in Wii Sports, it's like, you know, like in Wii Sports, when you hit a strike, it's like, good strike, or something like that. Some random
Nice
post
shot.
pops up. Yeah, that's what comes up from people's random posts, or, yeah, I did it, or something. But instead, I mean, I would love to like see your post, like get wrecked, like
Get wrecked, son.
I would love to see that in that post, or even what else? I don't know. Oh yeah, like you remember? I don't remember if someone had like a post from Miiverse, like the Metroid one, like why can't Metroid crawl?
Why can't Metroid crawl?
I would love to see that in the background, or even the one sad one from Mario 3D World, because in Mario 3D World, there's Miis in the stages that you can kind of talk to, and they have their Miiverse posts that pop over them when you walk over to them. And one of them said, "This game's great. Mommy and Daddy argue all the time." And it's like,
wow.
Oh,
Wow. That's a little insane. No, but I mean, like, they're going to have to filter them. Like, I don't think they're going to show up live because someone can say something incredibly inappropriate on the Miiverse and then have it show up on a like a 10-year-old screen.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't see that happening too.
Yeah, it's gonna be like,
quick.
I mean, the Miiverse is really well monitored and super filtered anyway. I've been warned on the Miiverse twice. I've talked about it on the show before, I believe.
I've only been on the Miiverse twice.
You know,
So
you drew a name and then you said something. That was it.
Did I draw a name? No. I drew a picture.
Yeah, Chell. You drew the name Chell.
Chell,
yes,
yeah, from Fire Emblem. I was like,
yes.
my favorite character. And then I drew another picture.
Oh yeah,
it was like
all the
things.
All the things. Now, the Miiverse stage seems interesting, and it's pretty good as far as like a good like flat kind of stage. I think I like where this thing's going, and especially the Miiverse post is gonna be kind of funny.
Yeah, I definitely would enjoy reading the Miiverse post, but I think it'll be distracting from the game as well.
Yeah, but you know what? If you have a good post that's that distracting, you know, congratulations. I would love to see something like that.
But if you pause, you get disqualified. I mean,
yeah.
Well, pause and read it.
Well, no, but if it's tournament, you wouldn't have a network. So everything would just be generic, like, don't forget to turn on your Wii U's internet or something.
Yeah, right.
So another thing, too, was the 8-player Smash that we talked about. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm wrong. Steve called it.
I did.
I just didn't believe that the Wii U had enough power to support 2 different GameCube adapters.
But it does.
Yeah, yes, it does.
It does.
Officially announced, like, literally, I think it was, like, that Friday or Saturday, that it supports it, front and back. Because there's 2 ports front and
you
there's 2
can
ports
put one in the front, put one in the back, and they have 4 GameCube controls each, and there's your 8-player Smash.
Yeah. So other things that happened this weekend for Smash 2, 3DS version got an update.
It did.
1.0.3. What it actually updated, mostly the obvious one was the Conquest mode on the Nintendo Network when you go online. Like, you can't see the results as they are.
Right, which, you know, some people were, which I'm guilty too. You'd see who was winning, and you would just stack the winning side and get free stuff. So now it's question marks for all around.
Yes.
And you have to just pick your favorite and hope you're winning.
Yeah, stop cheating, y'all.
No. No, I liked free things.
Yeah, no. Nintendo and Sakurai are not happy with that. They were not pleased.
Like, you know, when Mario was beating Mega Man, guess who I played a game with? Mario.
Yep.
Bowser versus whoever it was. Bowser it was.
Now, there was other things as well that they balanced, but they didn't mention it on Nintendo's website or anywhere. Someone did notice that Meta Knight was slightly changed a little bit. Not exactly sure how or why. I know there was like a basic breakdown in what was changed. We could probably find that and put a link on the site, so we can go from there.
Do you know exactly what?
I don't. I really don't.
Because I'm not a Meta Knight player, so I really don't care.
Yeah, I don't either. But there's maybe other people who care.
All right, good for them. I'm not let them be Meta Knight players.
Yeah. Now, the Amiibos, they have final designs. Some people are a little upset because they're like, they look kind of cheap looking. And it's like, well, maybe that's because somebody took it on their cell phone versus having professional pictures being taken of them like they've normally been shown.
Yeah.
And I really don't even care about the quality of them. I mean, they're just figurines anyway. What they have to offer is what's, more important to me. I mean, the figures can be cool. I mean, I could have one on my desk or whatever the case may be.
As long as they don't break.
Yeah, as long as they don't break, yes. Yeah, that's the other thing, too. And that's the other thing, too. Let's say the Amiibos get, like, tournament official, and you can bring your Amiibos to tournaments. I mean, how are you going to carry them?
How big are they?
Dude, they got to be...
I feel like they're, like...
They're like, yeah, they have to be at least like, I don't know.
We're audio just like showing like,
yeah, it's gonna be like that.
No, I mean like they gotta be like what, 6 inches maybe?
No, smaller than that. Maybe like 3 inches.
I feel like they're as big as like a cell phone.
Yeah, they might be a little bit like that size, maybe a little bit smaller. That's it. But hey, we're being recorded by video. Video might be coming soon, guys.
We're testing some stuff.
Yeah. This guy.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel like they're like the size of a cell phone, possibly.
Yeah, a little bit smaller than that, in all honesty. It's not that big. I've seen videos of it in other people's hands, and it's like, oh, okay, that's not too bad of a size. But I would still rather have it as like a figurine as well. We'll talk about later about the Amiibos working for other games. We'll talk about that when we go into the Nintendo section of the show. Also, some of the Amiibo things might be limited sale only. So if you miss out on your Amiibo, that's it.
Oh.
Yeah. So
that changes everything.
Yeah, it does.
That changes the game.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll get back into that. Now, following back on the Smash 3DS, the demo in Japan is no longer going to be available as of October 31st. So by the time you hear the show, maybe you're in Japan and hear the show. But or maybe if you have the Japanese 3DS in the US, you won't be able to have the demo. But if you have the game, it doesn't really matter.
Well, yeah, exactly. I was about to say, I have the game. What do I need the demo?
I keep it just because, it was a good memory. I mean, Nintendo sent me something for free. I had an exclusive something for a while, and it was kind of cool.
All right, yeah, cool. I had a free demo. Guess what? I have a game now. I don't need the demo anymore.
Yeah,
I need space. I need space on my SD card. So I delete the demo.
Well, I have like a 32 gig, so it doesn't.
Oh, I don't. So, dude, again, I don't need the demo anymore.
They're like $20 on Amazon, dude.
Okay, congratulations. I don't need the demo anymore.
All right, I hear you. But you got the demo of Pokemon anyway, so.
Yeah, I have the demo of Pokemon, and once I get my Omega Ruby, guess what else is getting deleted? The demo.
Yeah, I hear you. Another thing about Smash Bros, there was a Club Nintendo had put up the 3-poster set on its website to, for value of coins. When you register a game, you get coins for it. You spend those coins on random things like free games or free stuff that they give out. Technically free, but you pay like $50 to get coins in order for you to buy it, but whatever. Now, they have 3 posters, and I was like, about them. They're not the greatest, they're not the worst. I feel like the Legend of Zelda posters were better, and that was worth my coins. The Smash Bros. One goes for 700 coins. And I just don't feel like they're worth getting. I still want to hold out, and maybe something better from Nintendo's going to come out around Smash time. I just don't think these posters are worth it.
Well, I like the art style of the Link, Palutena, and Pit one.
Yeah, the anime style one.
Yeah, I like that style. I just don't care for those characters, so I wouldn't get the poster.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't care about the other 2 posters either.
Yeah, the other 2 posters are just like, chasing someone else, flying. It's like,
Yeah, if they had better characters, I would totally be about that.
Or just, I don't know, maybe just a poster of the actual cover of the game, because that's kind of cool.
I wouldn't even get that.
I mean, I don't know, something better than that. I just feel like it could have been better done.
Yes.
It could have been better.
I agree with that.
One quick thing, going back to the Wii U version of the game, there's going to be over 400 different selections of songs in the Wii U version versus I don't know how much the 3DS has, like 100.
Depends on what there's 2 per stage plus menu. There's a good amount.
Yeah, but 437 to be exact, just to be approximate.
That's nice. I like that. Yeah, I love Smash Brothers music.
Yeah,
so good.
The soundtrack on Brawl was amazing. And, the 3DS one has not let me down. And this new one seems to be very promising as well.
I feel like it's almost too many songs.
I don't know, man. I like
437 songs? That's a lot of time.
That's a lot of different music for you to not have to repeat yourself. Because, at this point, like people have played Melee to death. So I mean, that's why there's mods to change the music, or people just put on different music or turn the music off. Because I mean, how often can you hear the Yoshi stage?
Yeah. I could listen to that song for days.
And then you hear Final Destination like all the time.
I could listen to Fountain of Dreams for days. Too.
Yes, yeah, I can't listen to Fountain of Dreams for that long. I definitely agree with you with that. One more thing about the Wii U version. There was a picture of the day posted on the Miiverse that broke down classic mode more. Because remember, we talked about classic mode, and we're like, it's kind of like something.
Yeah, like we didn't really know how it was going to work out.
Here's the breakdown. It's still this stage. You have this board. You have like figures put on different sides of the board, and and they're surrounded by a stage, like an image of a stage in the background. And there was a comment wrote in like classic mode in the Wii U version is set up like a battle coliseum with multiple fighters teamed up with each other. Move your trophy to join anywhere you want. You can see a faint image of the stage on the platform. The number of figures clustered in those images indicates the number of fighters you'll face. So, like in this image, there's like only Ness is in one stage, and there's the background of the Mega Man stage right behind him. There's like a picture of Marth, Zero Suit Samus, and the Villager in another stage. It breaks down like that. And then there's also someone that has rival above their head too, so you can fight that person, or the rival actually fights them too. So to continue on with the quote, as you can see, this feature leverages the fact that the game supports multiplayer up to 8 players. So he's really trying to push that 8-player Smash.
Yeah, they're really trying to push that.
After each battle, the fighters that lost get blown away. 2 exclamation points now.
Boom.
The fighters remaining on the field will once again team up with other fighters on the field. So if you didn't fight them, they're going to just join up and, try to gang up on you again and another fighting form or whatever. You can actually choose fighters you've blown away to join your team in team battles. A rival will always appear in this mode, and the longer that character survives, the stronger it'll get.
So you want to take out your rival ASAP.
Yeah, I'd do it first. Rival, get out of my face.
Yeah, I don't want to have to fight that guy late game.
So really, it's not really classic mode as we used to, but it's definitely different, and I don't know. It seems kind of interesting.
It's a little bit of a shakeup.
Yeah, it is. You definitely need that.
I'll test it out. I'll definitely test it out. I'm gonna do it with every character because it's achievements and trophies and stuff. But yeah, it sounds interesting.
But that's the thing too. The 3DS version has its own thing. It kept to the classic mode, but in a choose your own path type of way. But this one is very different. But then again, too, Sakurai worked his ass off in this game. As shown in the latest issue of Famitsu, Sakurai writing notes and such about the game itself and how it basically took a toll on his whole life. I mean, really though, he's been injured. And he injured his wrist. He couldn't play and test the game as he wanted to because he just hurt himself.
I'm pretty sure after the Wii U version comes out, he's taking a break. And that's probably why Mewtwo's not coming out until April.
Yeah, F you guys. I'm
taking a month off. You guys can
come
wait.
later.
You guys wait.
All right, so he starts off with this. He's making things like this takes its toll. Developing Smash Bros. Destroys a lot of one's private life. I constantly consider leaving part of the work to someone else, but there's just too much to see and handle. As a result, I work from mornings to late nights, even on weekends and holidays. I hardly have any free time, let alone any time to play other games.
Well, I'm happy he's actually dedicated to the game.
Well, look at the payoff. Look at how amazing the game looks and all the modes that are available.
It's great. I love it, and I cannot wait for the Wii U version. But it's just thank you, Sakurai. Everyone should write Sakurai a thank you note.
Oh, they do that on Reddit all the time. It's we have to hashtag thank you Sakurai, thank you Nintendo, that type of thing. I mean, we encourage that too. In all honesty, we want that. I want to thank him. I haven't taken the opportunity. I want to thank him when the game comes out. I think I want to save November 21st. Thank you Sakurai.
Thank you Sakurai, base god.
Now he was also reflecting on Melee. Where he didn't take a single day off for 13 months,
Jeez.
Which is well, then again, remember, he basically worked the game and balanced it himself.
Yeah, I was about to say, he kind of did the game all by himself, but he did hire some people for Smash 4, but this man needs a vacation.
Yes, he does. Here's how he broke it down. We're talking about Melee. Towards the end, there were instances where I would work for 40 hours straight, and then it would take 4 hours off to go home and sleep.
Jeez.
It's like, I'm just gonna go home and take a nap real quick. Like, you know?
If you even call it a nap.
Yeah, no, right? I'm not young anymore, so I can't push myself like I did then, but I feel like the busyness due to the sheer amount of features in the games was much greater this time around. My routine was trying to complete my daily work every day while doing my best to maintain my health after every day. That's crazy. They do, like I said, the guy hurt himself. Like, this guy...
This man puts the game before his own personal health.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, man.
Dedication.
Oh yeah, so like talking about how the game's about to come out, but it's his job's not over. I wish I had the time to think about what I want to do from here, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Yeah, so he talks about this is like his ending quote. I believe I should be thankful that I am given such funds to be able to use such iconic characters and context that represent Japanese games with such freedom and have multitudes of people across the world to play with them. I'm not depressed, and I continue to remain healthy and positive, but developing Smash Bros. Is beyond hard.
Yeah, I believe it.
Go to sleep, Sakurai. Please.
Go take a nice vacation.
Take a nap. And fun final thing, because we got to talk about fighting games in itself, I guess. The EVO 2015 trailer was released this past weekend, and it was hype. It showed mostly Street Fighter and Marvel, a little bit of BlazBlue, and then a little hints of Melee and here and there. And people are so hype about it, but we want to stick with the, obviously we're in the Smash discussion. We do want to talk about the Smash portion of it, especially with the new game coming out. Now, we've talked about it during our EVO talk before many months ago, many episodes ago even.
And I called that, basically, if you can go back and check it, I said that Smash 4 will in fact be in the in EVO this year.
Now, that's the thing too. And Nintendo had sponsored EVO last year, and it's obviously going to have to sponsor EVO this year. But people are nervous about Smash 4 ending up in this tournament. And it's like, for what? I don't... Because there's even a poll on smashboards.com, I could even link that, where it's like, what game do you want to EVO 2015? 32.4% say Melee. 14.7% say Smash 4. But, interesting enough, 52.9% want both.
Which I want.
I want
both.
I would love both too.
I feel like Melee deserves its last hurrah.
That's why at the end of the tournament of Melee, people were like, one more year, and it's a reason because they know Smash 4's coming.
Yeah,
and they know this is the end of an era after this.
Well, pretty much. It's Melee. What is around 13 years?
Yeah,
it's gonna be 14 years next EVO. Put it to rest, please. Well, I know it's like the best game ever, but it needs to just go to bed.
Well, my thing is too with that is people don't want the new Smash to be at EVO because of the metagame not being developed. But
develop one.
That's the way I feel about it.
That's actually more fun. Like, it's boring to watch Fox versus Falco or Peach versus Sheik every single time. I like watching new characters. In Smash 4, it's kind of like, oh yeah, we get to see new characters come out. I've seen a really good Zelda player. I've seen a really good Rob player.
A really good Rosalina player.
A really good, DeBuzz is a really good Rosalina player. Yeah. I've seen a really good Bowser player.
And here's the thing, let's backtrack. When we talked about DeBuzz the first time, we're like, who's DeBuzz? Now we know who DeBuzz is.
Because I've been watching a lot of Clash tournaments and stuff, and DeBuzz has really been making a name for himself in Smash 4.
Now, here's the thing that I want to bring up a point of. Let's go back to 2008 when Street Fighter 4 was previewed at EVO. Wasn't done in a tournament, wasn't official because there were still other headlining games out there. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is still being played even after all those years at that time. And it debuted in 2009 after that. And meanwhile, the game came out in 2009 in February of that year. And by July, which is when EVO, it was already at the tournament.
Exactly.
And it's just like there was no need for a metagame. That nothing was developed. It was just like, let's play this new game and and get entertained by it, get hyped by it. And it was I remember it being pretty hype. It was Daigo and Justin Wong, just like old times.
Yeah, just like it should be.
Yeah.
See, I think a lot of the people who are afraid of the Smash 4 being the new thing are players who didn't really adapt to it that well.
Well, here's the thing. I also want to bring up the point of Marvel 3. Because remember, Marvel 2 was always at tournaments for all these years. And then 2011 was introduced Marvel 3, same month, February. And then that same year, in July, it's in EVO in the main event. So not only did Street Fighter 4 was the main event that year when it first came up, Marvel 3 just took the spot of Marvel 2. Even though Marvel 2 was still there, like One Last Hurrah was like kind of a minor side thing.
Yeah.
But Marvel 3 was there. It was second to last.
Yeah.
And it's been there since then, and it still is now. So it's like, okay, like Smash 4, do you do you really have to develop that metagame that badly?
And especially because Evo's months away.
Yes.
Smash 4, I'm sure 3DS version is not going to matter.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Wii U version, which comes out in a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But well, that's so weird to say. It comes out in a few weeks.
weeks.
But and it comes out in a few weeks. You're going to have more than enough time to develop a meta game for this to work out.
In all honesty, yeah, you have plenty of time, because even if they released it like in February, like the other games, it would have been very little time to develop something like that. But when it comes to it, but yes, it's a different game, and understand that Melee took a long time to develop, and people are nervous that, oh, Melee's a better game to watch. We don't know how Smash 4 is going to be able to be watchable, or if it's not watchable. Who cares? Just put it out there and see what happens.
Exactly. You can't know until you try.
And especially, there's going to be tournaments like in November for Smash 4. So obviously, I mean, we're going to see how it looks then, and how if there's any hype that could come from that game. And obviously, there's some hype. There's been pretty good matches out there.
Yeah.
On just the 3DS version alone. So for it to just not be hype on the Wii U version is just kind of silly in a way.
Yeah, a little bit. But like I was saying before, I think a lot of the people who are not on this train are the ones who didn't really adapt all that well. I've seen Zero. He's making the change. Mewtwo King's kind of making the change. Hungry Box is making the change. But I haven't really heard Mango playing about Smash 4 at all.
No, he's not about that, I think. I don't think he wants to play it. Maybe he's waiting for the 3DS version, but I do remember him.
The Wii U version?
I mean, yeah, because I don't think he wanted to play the 3DS version. He wanted the Wii U version, because I remember even before he got sponsored, I think he changed his mind about Smash 4. He did talk about that he didn't want to play Smash 4 at all. And then that opinion kind of changed a little bit when he got sponsored and all that other stuff. But I mean, he's obviously going to give it a shot. He's given PM a shot, and I mean, he's not that great at it. He's been like maybe top 10 or maybe top 16, if anything. He hasn't really gotten high up there. But
here it is though. It's like that's the best Melee player probably ever, and he's not really. I guess he's like, I'd say he's like, in my opinion, he's refusing to make the change. But I think he will, because it ultimately will become the future of Smash.
Yeah, I mean, that is going to be the future of Smash. HD, 1080p graphics, and everything new. Now, the other thing about Evo that I want to finish off with is the fact that Nintendo is going to sponsor it. Now, it's either you guys are going to have to make a metagame, us or them, whoever's going to make it, or Nintendo's going to have the items on.
Yeah,
that's it. Like it's going to be one or the other. That's the thing.
I don't think Nintendo would leave items on.
Well, they have in their tournament already. The Smash Invitational had items.
Those weird ones. Though.
Well, they had the tournament at Nintendo World, and that had items all the way to the end. Who's to say that they won't make the rules?
True.
Because it's like, oh, no metagame, and it's like, oh, okay, no metagame, then we're going to do our rules.
Yeah, right. But then that would, I think, hurt the game though. Leaving items on, I think that would hurt the game a lot.
Well, that's the thing. Nintendo's advertising the hell out of this game at this point, because this is their make or break game. They're advertising. I've never seen that many advertisements for a Nintendo game in a long time that I've seen for Smash, and especially for the Wii U version, there's going to be a hell of a lot more.
Oh yeah.
And they're not going to mess up Evo by just having just a bunch of people going, I don't know about the metagame and this is that. It's either, look, you make up the rules or Nintendo will make it for you. And I don't think you want Nintendo to make it for you.
Well, what I see happening when the tournaments that I watch are people are just sticking with for glory rules.
Yeah.
Stock, 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then, but did he have stages of platforms?
That one they are allowed to, like, they can pick Battlefield straight up.
Yeah.
They can use, as long as it's flat surfaces.
Yeah. But not the walk-off stages or anything like that.
Right. Like.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure those, unlike the Yoshi story, even though it's not, it has the tilting platform.
Yeah.
So it's, they still use that.
Yeah, because it's been used in the past.
Right. So it's like not F-Zero. Like that one, you're moving and you hit the floor and you bounce off. Like, I think actually one place was allowing Brine Star normally.
Oh, okay.
Which was weird.
Yeah.
Because I was like, huh. And so it depends, I don't know. I personally am a Final Destination person.
Yeah.
So I like the Omega stages, but I can understand in a situation where Battlefield will be necessary.
I feel like every stage should not only have the Omega stage, Final Destination, there should be maybe a beta stage with Battlefield.
Yeah, I definitely like the platform ideas.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just need platforms. Little Mac.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like because some characters are better without platforms, some are. So you have to even out the playing field that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, Little Mac. If you play a stage with platforms, Little Mac is so easy to play against.
Mm-hmm.
If you play Final Destination, guess what? Little Mac is kicking you around the map or punching you around the map because he doesn't actually kick.
Yeah, he just kind of punches. Encounters. I'll leave you with a Smash joke that I saw on Reddit where somebody was like, there's 10 Nintendo developers went to a bar. There were 10 different counters.
God.
We'll leave you with that one.
Yeah, well, I don't know why some characters have a counter. I understand Little Mac having a counter because he has a counter in Punch Out.
Yes.
But why does Palutena have a counter?
I don't know. Like everybody has a counter except for like 1/3 of the characters have a counter. I don't even get why.
Like, all right, I understand the swordsman having counters because that's like a parry.
Yeah, every Fire Emblem character has a counter.
No,
basically.
Robin doesn't.
All right, excuse me.
But still, like the sword fighters, I get it. You have counters because you parry people, and then you parrying is an actual countering move in sword fighting. Little Mac, you can counter in boxing.
Yes.
Why does Palutena have a counter?
I cannot.
What do you like? She's just like counter. It's not. It's like
she says it too. It's great. Yeah.
But even then, like, there's no specific move as to why she counters things. It's not like she like deflects it off her wings or something. She just like countered. It's like what? Shulk has a Shulk's
his counter is like OP.
His counter is OP, and it's like because he's seeing the future, so he sees your move coming. I get it. Fine, keep that one. But Palutena's counters bothers me so much. I don't understand why it exists.
We'll leave it at that, I guess. Moving on to Pokemon stuff. Yeah. Because, Steve, you have the demo. You've been loving it so far.
I have. Well, sort of. I kind of got as far as you can get in the demo.
Well, the demo can only give so much.
It's a demo, so you can only do so much with it.
But, you can catch one Pokemon.
Yeah, you catch your Glalie, unless you're in Japan, you catch your Steelix.
Yeah. But
other than that, once you do 10 missions, you've done everything you can do.
Yeah. Now, I did like to bring this up to you. There's going to be a bundle for the Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
I've heard.
It's both versions in one box, which, because at this point, everybody gets both at this point because, they want to collect them all or whatever.
Not everybody gets both, but I would say a good amount of people get both.
Yeah. Now, there's a bundle that's coming out. It's only exclusive to Amazon.com and Best Buy. It's going to be at the price of $79.98, which is basically the price if you get both games. But not only that.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah. That bundle comes with a code to download 100 potions for each game.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. That's so worth it, isn't it, Steve?
No, it's not. I would only buy that bundle if you're getting it for, discounted price on the game.
Yeah, like $10 off or something.
If you were to make that bundle $60, I would go for it.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm going to get both games anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to buy Ruby when it comes out, and I'll get Sapphire at some point down the road.
Yeah. Your birthday.
Christmas, I don't know.
It's going to
I still get gifts.
Yeah, now going to X and Y stuff. There's a new version, 1.3. It's there. It's just the stability stuff and bugs. That's really it. There's nothing really major. Just some stuff that is just updating. Now, something interesting happening with X and Y though. You can get Diancie if you want. Yeah, if you go to in the U.S. I don't know about other countries. In the U.S. If you go to a GameStop, or if you're in the North America, in Canada or Mexico, you go to EB Games or Game Planet in Mexico. You can get the code. It's a special download code that you can get Diancie.
Nice.
Which is cool.
Does it have the Mega Stone too, or is it just the Diancie?
I think it's just Diancie, and that's it. From as far as I'm reading, that's it.
You might get the Mega Stone and Mega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Diancie can be transferred to the newer games as well.
All right.
And here's the thing. You can transfer it, but it also allows players to activate the Mega Stone, Diancie, and perform a Mega Evolution when it releases November 21st. So there you go.
So you put the Diancie into your X and Y, and when you transfer it over, I guess you get a Mega Stone?
Yeah, I guess so. And you could get that day one, man.
Nice. I'm about it.
Yeah. So you had some news about the sales.
I did. There was an article that came out that it's basically said that Pokemon X and Y is going really strong.
How strong?
13 million copies strong.
Holy crap, dude.
Yep.
13, dude, that game is like a year old. 13 million on 3D, on a handheld, by the way.
Yeah.
Handheld. That's handheld sales we're
Yeah.
talking about there.
Yep. It's basically a year since launch, and it's 13.29 million copies strong.
Jeez, damn, man. That's a lot of damn Pokemon catching people, man.
That is, and it's great. It's just showing you that it's still strong. Like, people are like, oh, Pokemon's on the decline. Like, no, it's not.
Nope.
It's not.
And especially now the fact with the competitive side of it, especially with the tournaments that not Nintendo, but Game Freak is sponsoring.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
we're talking about Destiny stuff. Because, we have a separate section for Destiny. It's a game we've never played ourselves, but, it has high interest. People are playing it. People are loving this game. And now it appears there's going to be a new DLC coming out that it's going to be $20, which is kind of like,
That's kind of expensive for a DLC.
Yeah. And it's weird because it's like, Destiny's going to be highly reliant on DLC.
Are they going to make you pay for all of Destiny's DLC?
Well, here's the thing. There's going to be this first one is $20 or $19.99, but there is a season pass where you get where you save on $5. Not a season pass, but an expansion pass where you can get both DLCs for $34.99 and save $5.
Oh boy!
Yeah. Now here's the kicker about this DLC. It has it can raise your level from 30 to 32.
2 levels.
Yeah.
It's $10 a level, guys.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
And there's other things as well. It's called the Dark Below. There's going to be new courses and everything else, 5 bounty slots, all that stuff. Now, here's the kicker. It's coming out only for Sony consoles. So the PS3 and the PS4 versions will get this DLC. If you want to play it on the Xbox, it won't come out until this time next year.
What?
Yeah.
What? All of my what? That's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. That happened.
That's so stupid. What are they thinking?
Well, sell more Sony consoles? I don't know.
But Sony's selling just fine. Xbox is the one who's having a problem. Now you're just giving them more of a reason not to buy Xboxes.
Now here's the thing too. Now we talked about the advertising of Destiny, and I've told you to notice that it's mostly for the Sony consoles, not for the Microsoft consoles, and even to a point where Microsoft got in trouble for trying to advertise Destiny. And now to a point where their DLC is just going to come up there first. Like, how do you have exclusive DLC for a year? That's just, for a game that's supposed to last 10 years?
That's dumb. That's really dumb.
I really don't know how to feel about that, though.
And I'm also not a fan of the $20 DLC price. If you're going to
Especially if I spent the $60 in a game that wasn't even complete anyway.
Exactly. You're going to be spending so much money on this game in the long run of the 10 years if you decide to play it for all 10 years. Because if you think it's going to be $20 per DLC, that's ridiculous.
Well, here's the thing. Destiny players have been glitching the game a lot because apparently the cardinal sin of DLCs Bungie has committed. Guess what? You know what it is. You know what it is.
Go ahead and say it, though.
All right. The on-disc DLC. Yes, there's the hidden stuff in the game that they will make you pay for on disc.
So stupid.
So Bungie has been called out on it. And
they better be called out on it.
So yeah, Eurogamer is the one that interviewed Bungie president Harold Ryan. Here's what he had to say. There's a bunch of stuff of shared world content we've shipped on the disc specifically to limit download sizes for people. See, they're looking out for people. Both inside the US and all over the world, how much you download on your local home internet connection can be a problem, and even how much storage space it takes up on your console. So we share a lot of assets across all the activities in the game. When people get into areas that aren't unlocked right now, they're seeing pieces we built and shipped ahead of time, but they're by no means the finished experiences or finished content.
I can't stand this.
It sounds nice.
I can't stand this.
I know.
This is horrible.
I hate... I mean, at this point, if you're going to have secrets in a game, have secrets in a game that are done. Have a complete game. Oh my gosh, I found a secret. Like, there's no secrets in games anymore. It's basically, here's everything on the disc, and if you want a secret, pay $10 for it. Pay $20 for it.
I'm really hating how Bungie's doing this.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they're. I mean, maybe they're trying to escape Microsoft and trying to make things for Sony. They're kissing their asses. Halo 6 is gonna come on PlayStation 4 exclusive.
But you're kind of screwing over your fan base.
I don't know, man. I was very much against DLC for a very long time. I've never really been a big fan of it. It's the new thing now. It's here to stay. It sucks.
Well, it's how you keep games alive.
Yeah, in a way, I guess. But if people stop caring about a game, it's like, well, I don't care what new DLC comes out.
So you're telling me if instead of releasing Smash 4, if they just kept Melee alive with DLC, you'd be okay with it?
I don't know, because that could have depended. Because no, here's the thing: if it was Brawl and they did that,
if it was Brawl and they took out tripping, I think I'd be okay with the game in general.
All right.
And added new characters and stuff, but
I think the price tags I'm more against, because I don't like having to pay, like I said, $60 at this point for a whole game, and then like $20 for a little bit more of it. And it's like, why not just give me that in the $50 price tag I already paid for?
Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe $5 isn't too bad, but to pay $20 for two
for
extra,
one of them. For one of them.
No. I said $20 for 2 extra levels and like 1 extra place to explore. Yeah, that's not worth at all.
Yeah. Now, I think Nintendo really saved their DLC for now, because they really planned this right, because their DLC for Mario Kart 8 is brilliant to my eyes.
And I think it's great.
And I think it's like the cheapest and best price thing you can get.
Nintendo's doing DLC right. Bungie's doing DLC completely wrong.
Yeah, seriously. So we're moving on to like all console news, almost all of them, because the Wii U is mostly excluded from all the console talk.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 4 is bringing an update. It's Omega.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Basically, it's an update where basically it's a free update. Doesn't have a release date yet. Which obviously Capcom is not trying to aim towards the tournament, competitive side like they're always doing lately, because, I guess, I don't know. But they're trying to aim towards the casuals, where this game has like most of the characters are like OP for no reason. Like Ken is like shooting fireballs from his feet, other moves like that.
Sounds a little ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. But they're obviously aiming towards casuals this time, which I guess maybe they need money at this point. Maybe Street Fighter.
I guess so. I mean, they've been trying to sell it for a while, trying to make up some money.
Yeah, and especially the fact that Capcom has been up for sale for a while. I don't know, man. There's it's broken on the list. We could probably like show you a video of like what's different and what's not. We'll put that on the YouTubes.
But if you're into a more casual style Street Fighter, definitely I guess check out this update. It's free anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, because the thing is too, now it makes me wonder why Nintendo also chose the route that it went to go for Smash Bros, where it didn't want to concentrate on the competitive side. They went with the casual and competitive. Because, there's still, I think, a majority of people who play Smash Bros. Love the items, love, whatever the case may be. The majority of the people who buy this game, like, they really like it. It's really the minority that do the no items and everything. And that's a very small audience comparatively.
I know, a lot of people I play with don't really like items.
Yeah, but that's small majority. But if you go to, like a party and they have a Wii or a GameCube, they're going to play...
Everyone turns items off.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, man. It's a certain people. Like, you have a small amount.
I guess the crowd I play with just doesn't like items.
Yeah, I mean, the same thing here, but but the people who buy it are the ones that use items. And there's a big voice that's, against that, and then there's a smaller voice that's like, oh, no items, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing, and Nintendo didn't want to aim for that because they knew that wouldn't be their money. And especially look at the game quality they're making. Obviously, they're going to make money off of that. And that's the thing I think Capcom's trying to do with Street Fighter 4.
So they want to, I guess, appeal to both sides.
Yes.
They want to appeal to, obviously, the normal game and Ultimate, that appeals to the competitive side.
Yeah.
Whereas this is going to be like, hey, so if you just want to mess around in Street Fighter, you can do that.
Yeah, because
I like it
for a long time, because they were very much competitive focused, very much so. Because I really feel like Capcom was making most of its money off the tournaments. Yeah. But now that there's been some financial trouble, they're gonna start doing stuff like this because they're gonna have to.
I like it though. I think it's a necessary change.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to appeal to the masses.
Yeah, you have to make it more fun versus like, having to learn moves by heart and go, oh, this game sucks. Like, you can be nice in this.
Yeah.
That type of thing. Going on to Call of Duty. If you want to get the Call of Duty like the day before or at least early, Walmart's going to be able to do that for you. At 10 o'clock local time at your participating Walmart, 2,800 locations to be exact, Call of Duty Advanced War will have tournaments and everything during that time frame, and then once midnight hits, you get your Call of Duty.
Nice. So wait, so you're gonna be able? So they're not releasing the game a day early.
Yeah.
So it basically like, all right, I've done that kind of stuff before.
Yeah, but it's like Walmart. Like, when does Walmart do midnight releases? That's just crazy.
That's true. All the ones I've done have been GameStop, where they've had copies of the game available for you to play, so you get to play it for a little while, and then midnight comes, you go home with your game.
Yeah.
And you can play it. But I was under the impression when I first heard this that you just got the game a day early, and you're playing a day early.
Now, I believe I have an article later about analysts. I think you could even talk about it now a little bit. That there's analysts. I mean, we've talked about it before. One analyst had said that Call of Duty will probably not do as well, but there's a few more that's joining in that opinion that the newest Call of Duty would not sell well. And the reason you and I have came up with is because it's different. It's not the same old shit like always of Call of Duty have always been known for. And I think a lot of people are getting turned off by, this is something new. I don't like this.
Yeah, people like to play the same thing over and over. But if I were a fan of Call of Duty, I would embrace the change because I'm tired. I would be tired of spending $60 on the same thing every year. Mm-hmm. So I would embrace this change, but apparently Call of Duty fans just don't. So that's why they're projecting loss on this game. Speaking of projecting loss, we're talking about EA stuff. EA reported that they made $990 million in net revenue in a 3-month period. That's their that's in the second quarter of the fiscal year of 2015, and we're in 2015. I don't know. I look at my theoretical watch and I see 2014 still.
Yeah, the fiscal stuff is different. I should have read up on that. I still don't understand that reading. But that's a loss compared to last quarter. It's a decline of 18.5% because last quarter they made $1.21 billion in revenue.
Don't worry, guys. They're still projecting $1 billion in DLC, though.
Yeah, I know. That if you follow our show and you know that story. Now, that's the thing. They're still expecting to make a profit no matter what. They were adding $75 million to its projections to total $4.375 billion by the end of the fiscal year of March 31st of 2015. The holiday season, they expect to increase to $1.1 billion during the holiday.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Hey, best of luck to them if they're the numbers they're projecting.
Mm-hmm. So we went from EA's profits and news and losses and whatnot. Nintendo seems to be doing very well, apparently.
Which I called.
Well, a lot of people know it, but the thing is the masses wanted to really shit on Nintendo and go, oh, they're losing money, and they should just make games with Sony, even though Sony's lost the most money out of all the companies.
Yeah, Sony's pretty deep in the red, man.
And Microsoft's Xbox division is barely surviving on its own, and Nintendo is the most, it's the one that has the most success, and it has the most money. Now, first, we have to talk about Satoru Iwata. He's the CEO of Nintendo. We talked about it on the show that he was sick. He had to do surgery because there was a growth in his bile duct, and it was pretty scary actually. And then he came back. Now he's back to health. He's good now, and he came back to report the good news about Nintendo.
Right back to work.
First, we'll start off with the Wii U consoles to date. It is now sold up to 7.29 million consoles worldwide, which is good.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, Microsoft hasn't even sold 6 million, and who knows how many more they've sold. Yeah. Now we're talking about Microsoft's news too, because they've announced something somewhat relevant to Xboxes.
Microsoft's been very quiet about they've said, oh yeah, we're selling, but they're not giving any numbers away.
Yeah. Microsoft, but sticking with Nintendo, not only having the Wii U consoles, it's still the second selling because Sony's just 10 million. That's just way up there. The 3DS though has seen some falling. There's some losses from reported from the 3DSs. It's it's falling from 2.49 million units at the last time to right now, which is at 1.27 million units being moved out. So I mean, it's good news, bad news. Wii U sales are improving, which is great. Now, as far as the 3DS, hopefully the new 3DS will help it move. But of course, with Pokemon coming out, it's probably going to help out the 3DS a little bit more. Yeah. Especially if it's, come on now. If they're saying this time around where, 2 million have sold at this point or around that time, obviously it was around the time when Pokemon came out. So another Pokemon's coming out. There's obviously going to be a lot more.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what else is there. They adjusted the sales for Mario Kart. I think it's still to 1.12 million. I think that's something we already talked about. Now, here's the thing, too, money-wise with Nintendo. They revealed that it turned a 9.3 billion yen profit, which equates to about $86.1 million during the period starting from July and ending in September. So and meanwhile, during this period, they were expecting analysts were expecting that they were going to lose 3.7 billion.
So they turned it around.
Oh, yeah. And right now, Nintendo's saying that they're on track for a 40 billion yen annual profit, which is a $370 million annual profit.
Nice.
Nintendo's doing
some good news. They're turning it around.
They're turning it around, yes, finally, which is really good.
Yeah, because they've been in the red for quite a while.
Well, they were never really in the red. They were just not making as much money as they normally did.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, because dude, out of all the companies, Nintendo has still remained successful.
Yeah.
Now, Smash Bros, of course, is going to help sell some consoles next month. So is Pokemon, like we just talked about. Other things that Nintendo talked about was how surprised they were how Hyrule Warriors did overseas. Because, basically the game's based in Japan. They released it all over the world, and it's been the sales of the game have been just incredible. They really haven't expected how popular it's done. We don't really have any numbers so far in this, but they do have a increase in sales. Hyrule Warriors doing well outside. Tomodachi Life, which is a game that no one ever expected to be big. Right now, they released that during the quarter of April to September, it sold 1.27 million. So right now, the current unit standing is 3.12 million units.
Wow, for Tomodachi Life?
For Tomodachi Life,
wow,
yes.
That's crazy.
And I played the demo. I actually like the demo. It's really interesting. I don't know if I could spend a lot of time on it.
Yeah, I don't think it's my type of game. But however, when I do get a Wii U, I was definitely thinking about, because I was getting a Wii U regardless for Smash.
Yes.
But I was thinking about getting Hyrule Warriors because that's a game that caught my eye.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm going to pick up Mario Kart.
Yes.
Like, there are games that, I wouldn't buy a Wii U for, but there are games that I would buy if I had a Wii U.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I gotcha. I understand it completely.
Yeah.
Now, Tomodachi Life, like I said, I played the demo. I like it. But the thing is, since I'm only focused on Smash at this point, I don't see myself, because it's a very change of pace type of game, because it's very Simsy, very simulated type of game. It's almost like Animal Crossing, but it's much weirder and different in a way, because it's all involving Miis. But I mean, just the fact that there's so many people who have bought the game so far, they really enjoyed it. I'm still considering getting it. I'd still consider that.
I feel like Tomodachi Life is a game you would need to play online with your friends, kind of thing, to enjoy it. Really?
No, it's not even an online game.
It's not even.
No, it's not. No, I mean,
so what is it?
It's basically a game where you create your own Mii and you give it a personality to match yourself, and it's to a point where your Mii character in that game acts just like you. And not only that, all the characters like of your friend or something that you can create. And you kind of like answer some questions about how does this person act, this, that, to a point where it'll have that person that you have your Mii in real life can act like the way they are in real life. So
it's like a real life except not real life.
Yeah, it basically is. And you live in an apartment and you go around. You can be girlfriend, you can be couples.
That's so weird. Just go live life.
It's strange, but then there's also random things like
hurricane.
No, not even that. Because
that was a joke.
Imagine though. But there was like if you're sleeping, like you can see your Mii's dreams when it's sleeping, and one of them is actually a surprise. So if you hate spoilers, then too bad. But it's dreaming, and then all of a sudden it looks out the window, and basically you know how the 3DS has a camera, so it's basically your Mii's looking at you through this window, and it gets freaked out or something like that. It's so random.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and other random things like that, like praising random objects. Like there's a dream that you have where, let's say the game picks, let's say, the NES. And basically there's people circling the NES and they're like, all hail the NES. All hail the NES. Like I don't even know why.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get back on topic here.
Yeah, but Tomodachi Life, that's basically it. Now, you talked about Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 has that new DLC that's coming out next month, which is very hype. I already have it reserved. There was an image of a stage shown called Excite Bike. Nobody knew what the hell it was about. We'll link the video because now it's out there. It looks really awesome, actually.
It does. It looks pretty cool. If I had Mario Kart, I would definitely be about that.
I hope it. I mean, obviously you can probably use carts for that track still, but I mean Well,
why would you? It's Excite Bike, man. It's Excite Bike. You got to use a bike.
But now here's the thing too. It's Mario Kart is now almost one step closer to being Smash
Kart?
Super Nintendo Kart.
Super Nintendo Kart.
It really is. Like it just
Nintendo All-Star Kart.
Yeah, like, it really is at this point. Because now at this point you have all the other characters coming from other series. You have Excite Bike in this game now and everything. It's just to a point where, all right, look, it's either we're gonna have no items, Final Destination. Like if they actually have a stage called Final Destination, I would just be like, okay, done.
It's just a flat road. It's just a straightaway. It's just a straightaway. Just book it.
Yeah, no items.
No items. Just a straightaway.
I mean, but it's getting
Fox only.
No, dude, if they have Fox,
if they put Fox in Mario Kart, I would just go in Wii U right now.
Yeah, I would definitely be with you. I mean, they already have it.
As long as they don't use the same voice actor. It's a joke at his terrible voice in 3DS.
Oh God, imagine him spinning out.
Fire!
Oh man, but no, I mean Mario Kart is getting to that point where this might be the last Mario Kart, and in the future it's just going to be all-star kart battle or something like that. Because at this point you can't just call it Mario Kart anymore. It's not. It really isn't anymore.
It's really not. I mean, well, technically it is Mario Kart because it's.
Well, yes, you have Mario in it, but it's not Mario.
And you're
Kart.
racing karts.
Now we teased a little bit about the Amiibos too, because Smash has Amiibos. There was it's like. Some people are talking about that the Amiibo logo has some characters shown, like on this startup screen here that was shown. Like in this Amiibo thing, you see an outline of Mario, a different version of Mario, because Mario.
Yeah, he's got the fireball.
Yeah, this one does not.
He's just also waving. What up?
Yeah, and then there's a Link one, but then there's Tom Nook, Bowser, the Pikmin. Yeah,
Pikmin.
Yeah, Pikmin.
The Pikmin. Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna get into Pikmin too. Now, if those characters are actually going to be released, who knows? But it would be cool to have. I don't know, how would you use Tom Nook? There's not an Animal Crossing for Wii U coming out, not that we know of it. Aha! But Pikmin is Pikmin. God damn it! I did it again.
Yes.
I did it again. God damn it. Pikmin as a Amiibo, I don't know how that would work because you have Pikmin in the game.
Or maybe it's just a logo and it means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe people are just looking into it too much. But official stuff about the Amiibos. There's already a mini list of the game compatibility for the Amiibos. Now, we talked about last week how the Link Amiibo will work for Hyrule Warriors, which is kind of like, okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
What about Ganon and Zelda?
Yeah, no, they're still not.
And Sheik. Nope.
Nope.
That's still a negative.
Now, Mario Kart 8, which, yes, they did talk about Amiibo features for Mario Kart 8. They will have their Amiibo figures like Mario, like Yoshi, Peach, and Donkey Kong. So those Amiibos will work for Mario Kart 8 in the future.
What about Luigi? What about Rosalina?
Those won't work yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet. They only
because those characters are in the game.
Yes, they are.
The Bowser Jr.
Yeah, no, they did this. Nope,
Bowser.
just those, right, Steve?
Whatever.
Damn it.
I'm just, every character that Mario Kart has a Smash player in.
Sticking with Amiibos, apparently, Satoru Iwata, when he was talking to the investors and doing all that other stuff, he talked about how Amiibos, certain ones will be available for a limited time. Once figures are removed from sales, new ones will join the party. Here's what he said exactly. The Amiibo figure lineup for Smash Bros. Will continue to be released even after the year-end season sales. And we hope that this will help to update store shelves. As the store shelf space is limited, some Amiibo will remain stocked on its shelf as staple choices, while some will be limited offers, which will cede their positions to new ones once they're sold out. Even though the Amiibo will be compatible with only Wii U at launch, we are proactively making progress on the 3DS compatibility. As the new Nintendo 3DS handheld contains NFC reader/writer, it would also be able to support Amiibo after a software update. The Nintendo 3DS platform will also be able to do the same via an external NFC reader/writer, which is scheduled to launch in 2015. With these offerings, we will increase the Amiibo compatibility software lineup for the Nintendo 3DS.
So I feel like you're going to have your characters like Mario, Peach, Donkey Kong. That'll never go out of cycle.
Yeah, but you're
going to have like
Fire Emblem characters probably.
I was about to say Marth, Sam, I could see Samus going out of cycle.
Mm.
Pikachu. Well, I don't know about Pikachu. Depends.
Pokemon, that depends too. If they're ever going to use Amiibo for Pokemon, which who knows what they're going to do with this.
I don't know. I don't think they will.
Oh, dude, no, that's the moneymaker. In all honesty, if they don't release Pokemon for Amiibos, that's just, they're losing money. You're asking not to make money if you don't make Amiibos for Pokemon.
No, that's true. But what, I don't know. As a person who like loves Pokemon and plays Pokemon, I don't see any way Amiibo can really fit into it.
I see what you're saying, though.
Not only that, you'd have to release 800 little Amiibo figures.
Yeah, no, that's the other thing, too. You have to release, like, so many figures.
Yeah,
it's
no,
like,
it's just, I don't see that. I know, but I think, like, Marth would go out of style pretty quick.
Iwata also talked about the new 3DS and why it's not being released in the U.S. until next year, and, of course, Europe.
Because we're being punished.
To the contrary, neither one of the cumulative sales figures of the 3DS for the US nor Europe is more than the Japan, despite, based on historical performance, bigger sales potential. In short, the Nintendo 3DS is still at an earlier stage of popularization in these two markets. Also, the difference in market characteristics shows up in software sales price. In the Japanese market, both hardware and software tend to sell during a short period, along with the quick spread of information on them. In the US and Europe, on the other hand, highly acclaimed games are likely to be long-time sellers. So that's the thing. That's the difference.
Okay.
So,
well, I just want my new 3DS now.
I know, but I mean, sales. they're trying to sell it with the games. That's what it is. I mean, but in all honesty, you should have released a new 3DS with Smash Bros. At least. I would have bought it. I would have bought that day one.
I would have bought it day one too.
Yeah.
I would have loved that my C-Stick.
Some of the minor stuff, but some of the last stories. Remember UCraft? We've talked about UCraft.
We did talk about UCraft.
Being the Minecraft basic knockoff for the Wii U that's coming. Now the company Nexus Game Studios have announced that they're going to Kickstarter to finish off their game. They need
I thought it was finished.
No, apparently not.
Oh, okay.
The company says it needs help creating art, music, and design, and engineering to here's a quote, give customers a great project when the game comes out next year. So they have a Kickstarter page. Yeah, there you go. If you want to support it, you can. I don't know. I mean, at this point, it's just kind of like if you need a Kickstarter, I don't know about that now.
Yeah, I don't know. We've seen several Kickstarters fail. We have seen some succeed, but a lot of them tend to go by the wayside. Although this seems to be like the game is kind of done. They just need some extra kick.
Mm-hmm. Now, going on to the one more thing about Super Smash Bros. Wii U. It's going to get the first type of thing that it's ever done by Nintendo for the Wii U, any console ever released by Nintendo. Now, what I mean by that is, someone went through the Japanese transcript of what Iwata was saying to the investors and everything about the everything about the consoles, news, and everything else like that. It's been translated fully now, and people have put official statements out up there about it. But what it was announced in Japan, translated from someone on NeoGAF, is that Nintendo is going to start this thing called pre-downloading. I think we're familiar with that concept. If you download PC games, you know what that is.
Yes.
A PS4 does that now, which is like the preview downloading. Basically, you download the game, parts of it, before the actual game comes out. So basically, all you got to do is download like 90% of the game that they allow you to download. And then by the time the game is released, you download the thing that actually plays the game. And now there you go. Your download time has been shortened by a lot.
Yeah.
So Nintendo's doing this for the first time. They've never done this before. And the first game that they're going to do it on?
Smash.
Of course it is.
I think it's actually great. I like this feature because it makes it so you can download. Well, it's basically right. You can download most of your game beforehand. So at 12 o'clock, you're playing your game.
Yeah.
It's kind of stupid that you're downloading the game at 12 o'clock, and it takes, oh God forbid, 15 minutes to download the game. So you're wasting 15 minutes of your time, man.
Mm-hmm.
At a midnight release, when you get a hard copy, guess what? At 12 o'clock, you get your game. You're playing at 12:01.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. You
it's first world. It's an incredible first world problem.
They have first world problems.
I was being incredibly sarcastic through that entire
first
speech.
world problems, man. I got to be able to get my game, and then I got to get in my car and drive. Oh, who wants to do that?
Oh, I got to wait 15 minutes to download. It is a little bit more convenient.
Yeah, especially if it's staying at home and downloading it. Well, here's the thing. You're not downloading a mega gig file of game with everybody else and crashing the server or slowing it down to where...
Well, what if everyone's doing pre-download? Well, you're crashing the system then instead.
Well, that depends on when they do the pre-downloading and what time frame. Like if they do like a week window,
I was gonna say a week would be good.
Yeah,
but if the game's
Yeah, they can't do the day before.
Yeah, no, the day before would be stupid. If you put it up like a week and the game's coming out on a Friday, maybe on like Tuesday, I'm like, all right, let me download most of my game now.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still going to cause traffic at midnight when everyone's sitting there downloading it
But
anyway.
it won't be as bad because downloading
You're downloading 10%, not 100.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're downloading an 8 gig, like a 20 gig game when everybody else is, you're not getting your game until like 5 in the morning or something like that.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand. I like the concept.
Now, we've talked about this before. Last thing about Nintendo, they've talked about this quality of life thing that they've been trademarking, something new that's been coming out. They're talking about this product that's going to be available as of March 2016. Yeah, we're looking that much into the future.
That's only 2 years.
One of the functions, basically, of this game, it's a device that not only will measure a user's fatigue, it'll also map their sleep.
What?
Yeah, Nintendo has teamed up with ResMed Inc. They have, and it's known for products that help people with their sleep. And they want to Iwata wants a healthcare division to turn a profit in between 2015 and 2016. Here's some of the quotes from Iwata again. The device will be about the size of a hand and will be placed on the user's bedside table. It'll use microwave transmission sensors to track sleep, with the data collected used to help users cultivate healthy sleeping habits.
Nintendo's looking out for you guys, man.
By using our know-how in gaming,
our gaming that helps us determine your health,
to analyze sleep and fatigue, we can help create something fun. I don't know how. Tell me how, Iwata.
Show me more, please.
We only start something new if we think we'll be able to create a big market, but I'm not as able to discuss pricing plans and other details today. So basically, that quality of life stuff.
All right, that's Nintendo's gonna watch me sleep. Awesome. Let's do this.
Yeah, Nintendo's doing all that, but Microsoft's already doing this shit. There's something called Microsoft Health. It's a cloud service that stores health and fitness data.
Nice.
It's a center-packed smart band. Guess what it's called?
The Xbox Band.
No.
Damn.
Microsoft Health, they're releasing the Microsoft Band.
I was close. I said Xbox Band. That's Microsoft Band.
Yeah, so basically, it measures 10 sensors that monitors heart rate, steps, calorie burn, and sleep quality. Another sleep quality thing. It's like basically they're doing
Why does everyone want to watch me sleep?
And I know, dude, video games and companies want to know your health, man. They want to keep you alive to buy more
games. Keep the consumer alive.
Oh, you know what? We've been making consumers fat and lazy for a while. We need to keep them fit and healthy. Conspiracy theory stuff. Sorry, y'all. Going into that now.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I know. The app, funny enough, it's going to be compatible with the iPhone, Android, or Windows Phone. Of course, Windows Phone.
Well, yeah. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, that'd be dumb. Like, it's only for iOS. Like, what? Microsoft? You sure? Microsoft Health, it's going to be... it's going to basically use smartphones, watches, and computers and run by fitness apps like Runkeeper, Map Run My Fitness, MyFitnessPal, and Buy Jawbone. So basically, it's those type of services that it's doing.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, which I don't use that. I have I have a Galaxy 5 S5. It had health stuff with it. I just uninstalled that crap. I did not need that on my phone.
I mean, I have on my 5C. I have my my stuff still, but I don't use it.
I don't see the sense of it. I don't know. I have my own walker, my own pedometer. I don't care. I walk thousands of steps a day. I
have a pedometer. It's called a 3DS.
Yeah, that's actually my pedometer too.
I don't know how accurate it is, but hey.
It actually is pretty accurate.
Oh, okay.
I actually have the Wii Fit pedometer thing for the Wii U, so I can get the Wii Fit I've never used for free.
Yeah.
But it's actually the same thing. It's really, like, you don't think it's accurate at first, because even my girlfriend, she used it for her S5, and she does the stuff. She's like, I didn't walk that much. I was like, believe me, you do. You actually you'd be surprised how far of a distance you have to, how many steps you take to walk to your car.
I'm actually surprised at how few steps I take.
Yeah, that's true too. I take too many.
Which actually, when I had my when my Poke Walker worked, that was actually voted.
Oh my god, the Poke Walker.
The Poke Walker. That was actually voted. No. That was actually like ruled as the most accurate step counter of all time.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
They did a science thing where they took all different kinds of pedometers, and actually the Poke Walker scored the most accurate.
Wow.
And so when I used to have my Poke Walker, I used to take like 15,000 steps a day or something.
Wow. The Pokewalker. Out of everything that people would spend their money on, if like real pedometers, like I'm gonna get healthy. It's nope, the Pokewalker.
Pokewalker was no joke. I used to take my little Mew because I used to put my Mew.
That was the Mew.
I put my Mew on my Pokewalker, and I would just walk around town.
Wow.
Making my way downtown. Anyway.
Wow.
Anyway.
Well, anyway, talking about sales stuff continuing on, we had another Microsoft stuff. Now, of course, Microsoft talked about all their other devices because, Microsoft's a huge entity for everything else. They talked about how they made, tons of money on their phones and on PCs. Like, PC, I think, is, ridiculous amount of, billions that they made off of, Windows 8 and 9 and whatnot, whatever the case may be for that. But we're not here to talk about all that. We're talking about games. We're gamers. Now, here's something interesting that Microsoft said that I would love for them to have been more specific about. They talked about that, yes, their sales are on the rise. They sold 2.4 million units in the first quarter of the 2015 fiscal year. But that's a combination of numbers between the Xbox One and 360.
Wow.
So I know the last time they announced the Xbox One sales was about the $6 million range, but what is it now? How many more Xbox Ones were sold than Xbox 360s?
See that cliff over there? That's you hanging off it.
I would love to, but even though there's some sort of analysts, because we're not we don't really talk about analysts too much, but one of them have said that the Xbox One will overtake Sony's PS4 in sales in 2015. I
don't see it.
I don't see that happening either. I just
especially now with Destiny being exclusive DLC content. Oh boy.
The sales of the Wii U and the Xbox can exceed the PS4. Xbox has a long shot in trying to catch the PS4 and where it's at right now. They're really struggling right now as far as they're the lowest selling console. That's their first.
Well,
last
Halo's
generation was the 360 dominated for years. So Sony's PlayStation 3 ended up being dominated, but like that in the dying years of the console generation.
Yeah, but
you already have a point about Halo. Yeah,
Halo's coming out, and I think that's when Xbox will pick up. Just like Smash is picking up the Wii U.
And Mario Kart and everything else.
Mario Kart helped and Hyrule Warriors helped, but Smash is where we know it's picking up.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think when Halo comes out, that's when you're going to see Xbox One shoot through the roof.
Mm-hmm. Now, remember we talked about Sony Entertainment Studios because, there was supposed to be a channel for the Xbox One, and they were going to have original content and everything else, and they were going to develop...
They're supposed to make like a Halo TV show?
Yeah, and everything else, reality shows and everything else.
And I say supposed to because...
It's dead now. It's official.
It's officially canceled.
We've talked about that they laid off people in order for them to kind of compensate some things. It's just, it's done. That's it.
The CEO of the program kind of just like walked away.
And especially now that they just cut ties, the Microsoft has just done it. That's it. It's over.
That's upsetting.
Yeah,
I was kind of looking forward to the Halo TV show.
Yeah, maybe I'll just end up on Netflix, which will probably people will stream it on their Xbox Ones anyway, so it doesn't really matter anyway.
Yeah.
One last thing about Xbox One, something weird. Now, there's normally every year that a console gets older, the price drops, especially towards the holiday season. The Xbox One is doing that, but only for the holiday season. Now, starting November 2nd, the Xbox One's going to drop by $50.
Okay.
Up until January 3rd of 2015.
So they're saying, hey, get it now while it's cheap because it's going back up.
Yeah, which is weird. Who does that for that long of a period? Like, when there's a price drop, there's a price drop. That's it.
Yeah. I guess they don't want to keep it that low.
What, you're going to not make money off of it? You took off the Kinect so you can try to compete with the PlayStation, and now you're trying to sell it for $50 less to sell more for only a short period of time?
I guess they want everyone to just rush buy it now.
Yeah, probably also, too, it coincides again with Halo, but then again, can that help that much? Can Halo really save the Xbox One?
I'm not defending it.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think it's if you drop the $50, you keep the $50 off. That's what you should do. Yes. I think it's stupid just to do it for 2 months.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know, man.
Not even. It's 2 months.
All right, going on to Sony stuff. We only have a handful of stories for Sony. This one's a killer for me. Now, you remember The Last of Us? The Last of Us came out.
Oh, yes.
The Last of Us came out on the PlayStation 3. The Last of Us also came out for the PlayStation 4, remastered for some reason.
The 1 year difference.
Yeah, the less than 1 year or 1 year difference that it was for, a new generation. Now, there's going to be another version of The Last of Us coming out, and not for the PlayStation 4. No, for the PlayStation 3. Which one is it?
Oh God, I don't even know the joke I had for this anymore.
It's the Game of the Year
Game
edition.
of the Year, right? The Game of the Year, Last of Us on the PlayStation 3, not the PS4.
Yeah.
So they're going backwards.
Yeah.
Last of Us, what are you doing? Stop it.
Make maximum money off of that game. Just make the most of it.
I swear, if anyone, I guess the only reason why you would buy Game of the Year is if you never played it at all.
But at this point, if you didn't play the first 2 versions of that game, I mean, God damn it,
re-release
really?
it for the 3rd time in 3 years.
Yeah, no.
2 years,
2
actually.
years.
It's 2 years.
2
Re-release
years.
it for the 3rd time in 2 years. God.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Now, one last thing about the PlayStation 4. Like, you remember Share Play? We've talked about this.
Yes.
Online sharing now. You don't have to go to your friend's house to play with your friends anymore.
Yeah,
you
who does that?
Yeah,
Why socialize?
Yeah, why do that? You could just have your friend play with you on your own console with your own game on their network.
For 1 hour.
Yeah, for an hour. Now here's an interesting thing about the specs-wise of it. It'll cap the quality of the video to 720p.
So you can't play 1080 games on it?
No, not.
You can. You can play 1080 games. You just won't be in 1080.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. All the play sessions are capped at 720, and they'll have a limited frame rate for friends partaking in the action, while people who are hosting the game will see it at 1080p.
Okay, so the friend just gets screwed.
Yeah, but it's still cool in some way.
No, it is. And the only thing I don't like is the 1 hour.
Well, that's the thing too. I mean, at this point, you're pirating the game if that's the case, in
all
some
right,
way.
well, if you really wanted to play the entire game, you can just borrow your friend's copy anyway.
Well, I mean, hey, Sony advertised that anyway, borrowing the game.
Exactly. They did their own video where it's like, this is how you share games on the PS4. Here you go.
Thank you.
So it's where you just shared a game. Anyway, but it's just like, what's the point? Mm-hmm. If you're gonna share the game, share the game.
Mm-hmm.
The 1 hour thing bothers me.
Yeah. We're going to jump right into this virtual reality stuff before we talk into our everything else section. Mark Zukerberg talked about the Oculus Rift because, Facebook owns it. He's saying it needs to reach a very large scale, 50 to 100 million units, before to really be a very meaningful thing as a computing platform. That's what he was quoted.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I know. I do think it's going to take a bunch of years to get there. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to predict exactly, but I don't think it's going to get to 50 million or 100 million units in the next few years, right? It may take a few cycles that'll take a few cycles of the device to get there, which is an interesting quote. But then again, I think he has to say that because he paid $2 billion for the damn thing.
That's very true. But I don't think it's going to get 50 to 100 million units ever.
Well, maybe in a few years and stuff.
Unless they start giving them with every born child. I don't think it's going to happen ever.
Yeah.
You had a baby? Here's virtual reality to go with it. I don't think so.
I don't know, man.
The Xbox and the PlayStation are having a hard time getting past 10. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he wants 50 million. This is going to be the future, man. Virtual reality. You don't know.
The standard in hats. Get a virtual reality hat.
There you go.
I don't think so.
Yeah. They were going to go into the lightning round, I guess, of our show.
My lightning effects.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have a guy. I think our guy can make a better thing than that. Our guy.
It's my lightning effects.
Oh, you know what? We have to leave the lightning effects. We'll talk to our guy about it. Our guy's name is Vinny.
Hi, Vinny.
Vinny is here. For you guys that are not listening or that are listening to this audio, we have not started video yet, but that will happen soon. So I'll make the announcement right now that that video should be coming. Officially should be coming by the 25th episode. So we'll also announce it at the beginning of our show from here on. But, we're testing it out. We're testing it the weather, see how we work on camera, how everything's going to be edited, that type of time frame. So, yeah, our man Vinny. And he has a logo. Our logo has what sold us on Vinny just joining our show because he made something that was so awesome that it was just like, oh my God, like we need that as our logo. Like this guy.
We're making moves, people. We're making moves.
All right. So now Twitch stuff, because we definitely got to talk about a lot of things about Twitch. They actually over the weekend had a charity event going on where multiple streamers, like official ones, like gaming blogs and such, and regular people, regular streamers who do that.
Yeah.
Now the entire charity was basically people playing games for a 24-hour period. And that entire charity as a whole raised $5.4 million
Yeah.
Where is it going for? It's going 100% of the proceeds are going to a Children's Miracle Network hospital of their choice, basically.
Okay.
And it was founded in 2008. The Extra Life charity. It just gives people the chance to challenge themselves to play an entire game or games in 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 24-hour play session. So that's where they raise their money for charity. Like I said, multiple media outlets and multiple streamers have joined in on it, and they've achieved that goal of 5.4 as a collective whole.
That's great.
Now, speaking of Twitch, they've changed some things in their policy.
Have they now?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess I'm in agreement of it. I was never really a big fan of it because I used to see streams and I'm like, really? Now, it's basically there's no more shirtless streams. So if you were streaming shirtless, sucks to be you.
And it's not just for dudes.
Yeah, it's for chicks too.
For chicks.
It's for the girls.
It's
and the
not
guys.
really considered shirtless streaming, but no more suggestive clothing,
Well,
I guess you could say.
Apparently, I haven't really watched streams as much as you do.
Boob cam.
I've never knew that a boob cam existed.
Yeah, no, there are a ton of female streamers who kind of angle their camera in just the right way. You can see
The cleave.
a lot of cleavage. So no more of that, ladies.
Yeah, let's break it down and what it actually says, which is kind of funny. They did it in her being funny, haha. Nerds are sexy, and you're all magnificent, beautiful creatures. But let's try and keep this about games, shall we? Yes,
Yeah,
this is a quote
I
from their
agree with
thing.
that.
Wearing no clothing or sexually suggestive clothing, including lingerie, swimsuits, pasties, and undergarments, is prohibited, as well as any full nude torsos, which applies to both male and female broadcasters. You may have a great six-packs, but that's better shared on the beach during a 2-on-2 volleyball game, playing with the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep this about games. I agree with that.
I mean, there was a streamer that I saw that he used to play Earthbound shirtless, and I'm like, why, dude? I kind of wanted to watch Earthbound. Why do you?
I want to watch Earthbound. I don't want to see you.
Put on a shirt.
In fact, I really don't even get rid of face cams in general. No, sort of.
But then again, too, I don't think
I like watching facial reactions.
Yeah, the face cams. Yeah, the face cams are cool, but just have a shirt on.
Yeah.
But then again, too, I mean, I wouldn't they have to put the female thing there because because I don't think a female streamer has ever gone topless as far as I know.
Not to my awareness.
But the thing is, I would feel like we would know because it would probably be
It would make news.
No, not only that, but it would probably be the only thing that would top League of Legends at the top viewed video.
Probably.
In all honesty. So I don't think it's happened. So now it won't happen unless someone wants to be risque and break the rules, man.
Then get banned from streaming.
Forever.
Forever.
So now another thing Twitch rolled out too, which I thought was pretty cool. They showed off the game development category. It's actually like it sounds like it's basically you're watching someone making a game.
Which is actually pretty cool. I would like to see the behind the scenes and all that.
Yeah. So here's the quote. We conducted a Twitch town hall session at PAX Prime, which is when we let our community share ideas that they would like to see implemented on the platform. The Twitch's director, this is from Marcus Graham, the Twitch's director in community of education. He's also known as DJ Wheat. The idea of having a section for game developers was suggested, and it resonated with the audience, so inspired us to add the category. So that's really cool. You want to see the behind-the-scenes stuff, what goes on behind a game, and not just in documentaries, but in life? Then go ahead, man.
Definitely. That's something I'm gonna check out. So.
I want to check it out too. I haven't checked it out yet. I saw it and I was like, "What the hell is this? A game called Game Developers?" I was very confused.
Yeah, right.
Now, one other thing too, I wanted to talk about Twitch, which was kind of stupid. There's a new category of game called poker.
Poker.
Now, I was hoping like it would be like Cards Against Humanity, where you see the people who have the card decks and they're playing Cards Against Humanity, or like Magic the Gathering, they have the card decks. No, these people are showing their screens of while they're playing poker, which makes no sense because you're streaming your hand potentially to whoever's in the same table as you.
Yeah, that's dumb.
That's dumb.
That is stupid.
Who's doing that?
I
mean, people are doing it, but why would you do that?
Maybe. I mean, I guess you can customize your stream so you can't really see your hand.
Yeah, but let's put a tape over it. No, not even like what are you gonna do? Put a bitmap or like another window over it? Like let me just kind of hide my thing. No, like
that defeats the point of streaming poker.
I don't know, man. Unless you have that much of balls to just stream your hand.
Who's watching this? Like if someone really like famous were be playing poker, I'm gonna say for the sake of argument, Bjergsen, who's a League of Legends player, gets 32,000 people watching every time he streams. if he were to play poker, I'm pretty sure people will be like, Bjergsen's at my table. Who's if you're streaming? Oh, he is. All right, cool. What's he got? Pair of aces? Fold.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay.
And especially this is people who are playing it for real money as well, as far as I can see.
This is the dumbest thing. I say a lot of things are the dumbest thing, but this is pretty high up there.
Yeah, that's high up there in the class of dumbness.
I'm gonna stream everybody my hand.
Yeah. A GTA 5 news, talking about the newer versions of the console, PS4, Xbox One, PC. They're going to get exclusive content for people like new events and rewards, haha. A murder mystery part of the game, which is like, what is this, LA Noire? Like, what is that? You got to drive and press X? Like, I don't know what's going on here.
Conversations.
Yes, conversation. I always think of that South Park episode whenever I think of LA Noire.
I think of LA Noire. I think of what was Awesome Noire, the Ego Raptor cartoon.
Oh, dude, I didn't see that one. Now we have to see that one.
Check that out.
We'll link it. Maybe we'll link it. The gun, the new weapons like the gun, the rail gun, and the hatchet. The wildlife photography challenge. Why?
Hey, sure.
Why? Because Grand Theft Auto.
Because why not?
They're underwater in this thing and they're taking photos of underwater wildlife.
That's awesome.
Because Grand Theft Auto. I don't know.
That's troll. I would do that. I would do that.
Stock car races, because why not? And monkey mosaics. So mysterious street artists tagging walls across town, basically.
Sweet.
And then new vehicles and other stuff as well. Now, this one I really, really, really loved. The fact that Smash Bros. Yes, we're still talking about Smash Bros. God damn it.
We always talk about Smash Bros. Everything comes back to Smash Bros. Now, let's be real.
Oh, that was the thing. Smash Bros. Has basically the first 8-player game on the Wii U, as far as I can see and what I know. Because basically before it was like, oh, here's 4 players. Oh, you get the 5th player with the Wii U pad. Well, now there's 8 players that you can play, which I didn't know the Wii U could even do that. In multiple ways with the GameCube, 2 GameCube adapters, or you get 8 wireless controllers. You can do all that. Now, here's a game that I want to put out there called Runbow. It's basically a runner type of game where you're challenging people, you're running, you're fighting your way to get to first. It's a runner type of game. Now, this game allows not only 8 players as well, it allows 9 players. How?
What? No way.
I don't even know at this point. I didn't even know that the Wii U could actually handle that many goddamn people, even on the screen. But I didn't know that freaking system could handle that many controllers connected to it. The damn controllers only have 4 ports that light up. What? How do you know you're like player 7? Like I don't even understand.
I don't know, but it's gonna be interesting.
The new Wii remotes are gonna have 8 lights at this point. I don't even know how that's gonna work.
Right.
But Runbow actually looks like a pretty cool game. It's like an 8-bit style type of game where you're running, and it's like a rainbow type of style thing. And it's coming for the Wii U, and I really like this game, and I want to put that out there for y'all to check out. Now, continuing on a story we've been following for weeks, the guy who's been making Xbox laptops and Sony PlayStation laptops. This guy made a new invention. He made the laptop that not only plays the Xbox One, but plays the Xbox 360 too.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody wants that. Now,
backwards compatible, man.
Yeah. His overpriced laptops now are out there. This is the newest one in the line. I know the last one was like $1,500, so this one's probably like up there like $2,000 or something like that. He didn't put a price on that, but it's out double. There. He did it. Whatever the case is, I don't care. Let's talk about Shigeru Miyamoto, the guy who who basically had Nintendo, put Nintendo on the map, created Mario, Link, among other characters. He's decided to make movies. One of the movies we talked about this in the show before, Pikmin. It's debuted at the Tokyo Film Festival, and he wants to release this on the 3DS, like these type of films. So it's going to be a whole series.
Watch.
Yeah, I would watch that. Imagine that, Miyamoto, the cartoon director.
Yeah,
he make more money than Pixar or Disney.
Right.
That'd be great. And
I love Pikmin, so
yeah. And I mean, who knows what he'll make after that? Maybe he'll be the guy that makes the Mario movie even better than the Super Mario Brothers movie that came out with Bob Hoskins.
No one could top that movie ever. I don't know what you're talking about.
The Puerto Rican Luigi. Hell yeah. I want that in my life.
Stop it. Stop it.
I want that in my life. I need another Puerto Rican Luigi in my life. John Leguizamo.
Yes.
Yes, with the Weerbach wearing babam. I don't even know. You know what? That movie, Miyamoto, please make a Mario movie. Please, just show
CGI it.
Show them how it's done.
CGI it.
Yeah, and then finally, YouTube stuff, because we're on YouTube, might as well talk about it. YouTube finally supports 60 frames per second. I don't know how to look like. I don't know if we're being shot in 60 frames per second. If not, then who cares? I don't,
I don't know.
Who really wants to see us talking at 60 frames per second? I don't
Will it make a difference?
Yeah, it really doesn't. And that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. You can catch us. This is it for the Two Broke Gamers podcast. You can catch us on Twitter. You can catch us on our show Twitter, which is the number 2 at Two Broke Gamers Pod. And of course, my personal Twitter is at TEH_Rick.
And mine is at Steve B. Agilism. That's AGILISM.
And what else?
Our blog
that's still going to be used at some point. Two Broke Gamers Podcast.wordpress.com. And of course, catch us on YouTube. We're going to be having videos soon. Again, we got to shout out Vinny.
Yeah.
Vinny's our guy right now. You're going to see a new logo. Yes, a new logo's coming out.
Does Vinny have a Twitter or a stuff
I know,
he
right?
wants to? No, he's shaking his head.
You know what? No, we're going to promote his goddamn website. God damn it.
Yeah.
No.
VFSP.net.
There you go. Visit that website. If once the video comes up and we see our Twitters, it's going to be on the bottom of our screens anyway. And of course, when the credits roll, he's going to put his website on there. Check his out. He's got his portfolio out there. It's showing what he does. He does video. He does photography. He's also for hire as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have to thank Vinny. He's helping us out on the show right now. So he's awesome. Thank you, sir. We're gonna get once we get everything tweaked and everything figured out as far as video is concerned, we'll get it up there. Episode 25. Look forward to it, y'all.
We're hoping.
Yeah. So we'll see you all next time. Peace.
Yeah.